Lots of lives have been saved in Karnataka with the help of telemedicine. Even the hilly regions of BR Hills are taking telemedicine consultations from the city medical experts. My research findings show that number one, telemedicine consultations are most cost effective. Many research works show that the poor can easily afford the telemedicine consultations. A nominal rate is charged for the telemedicine consultations in the government hospital. My ongoing research also shows that the poor can easily afford the telemedicine consultations. It encourages the NGOs, private and public sector to work together. Telemedicine can be popularized by PPP, wherein everybody joins hands and works together. PPP represents public-private partnership. Everybody knows about it, I'm sure. It saves time, energy, and money of the patients. The patients do not have to travel and do not have to spend time in unnecessary referrals. Number 4, it is user-friendly. My study shows that the aged, as well as the middle-aged and adults are quite satisfied with the telemedicine consultations, especially in the government hospitals, since there are general physician doctors and telemedicine technicians to help in the video conferencing, and they coordinate the telemedicine activities very well. It involves the people, taluka hospitals, district hospitals, private hospitals, super specialty centers, NGOs, and village panchayats, etc. It brings the people closer to each other. People from various countries become close to each other and develop special respect, consideration, and love for each others. Nextly, telemedicine reduces the digital divide. Usually it has been seen that a few rich get an access to computer and latest technologies. But with the help of telemedicine, rich, poor, and the poorest get an equal access to the IT. They also get an access to quality healthcare, which is very important here. The super specialty health centers of cities provide best quality health care to the people of rural and remote areas of the world. Telemedicine thus caters to the requirements of the people who can be provided with quality health care. Nextly, telemedicine helps in disaster management. It has been seen that in many cases of floods, earthquakes, and many natural calamities like tsunami, most of the super specialty hospitals like Amrita Hospital, Narayan Hridayalaya, Apollo hospitals have always provided quality healthcare services to all. Telemedicine brings about medical literacy. Video conferencing and discussions may take place between doctors, nurses, and patients. Telemedicine brings about health awareness. Many telemedicine centers are very enthusiastic in conducting health awareness classes for the literate and the poor from villages. Now let us understand the definition of public health program. As we can see, it is a science and art of preventing diseases, prolonging life, and promoting health through the organized and informed choices of the society, organizations, public and private community, and individuals. It further incorporates epidemiology, biostatistics, and health services. Telemedicine has the below-mentioned potentials and fulfill the criteria of a good public health program. It prevents disease by creating health awareness and medical literacy. It saves lives of many and helps in prolonging life. Research shows that many chronic diseases have been handled efficiently and many lives have been saved. It promotes health through organized efforts of private, public hospitals, NGOs, and public hospitals. It helps in epidemiology while promoting discussions among doctors, researchers, and research workers. It helps in compiling an analysis of research findings. It provides quality healthcare services to all with special attention for rural and remote areas. Thus, to conclude, we can say that telemedicine projects fulfill all the important criteria of a good public health program. Therefore, telemedicine can be the best model of public health care program. We can also see clearly that most of the public health programs of the past of a few developing countries like India got a setback due to its poor coverage, lack of support from the government, red tapeism, and bureaucratized type of functioning of the government, inequalities in the rural and urban developments, lack of infrastructures in the villages and remote areas, and many other reasons. Telemedicine can fill up the gaps. I once again state that telemedicine projects as implemented by the Karnataka state and many other states of India can be implemented and certainly implemented as a public health program to create help for all and to implement best health program for the people. We have to ignore all ifs and buts and concentrate on positives only. Thank you. Any questions? Yes, any? Yes, please.